struggling to lose fat and build muscle, most people waste months with slow progress. But if you follow this advice, you'll lose weight and build muscle faster than ever. Intermittent fasting. Everyone talks about intermittent fasting nowadays, and there's a reason for it. It is so powerful for shedding calories because your body, when you're going throughout your day, you'll be using the calories that you consume throughout that day. If you have a chocolate bar at the start of your day, the next 250 calories off that you burn off will be the 250 calories that you've just intaken from that chocolate bar. Whereas when you don't have any carbs in your system or any calories in your system, even better, your body switches into a state called ketosis, which is where it breaks down ketones for energy. And you know how your body gets those ketones? By breaking down body fat. So your body takes from the stores that it's already got instead of using the new energy that you've brought in. It's like, when you fill up a car, let's say you've got 50 miles left in the tank, but instead of running out those 50 miles, you put $10 in and you get, another 50 miles in it. And then you run it down to 50 miles and you get another 50 miles, and then you run it down, you put another, it's an endless cycle. You're not going to get rid of your excess body fat if you're constantly giving your body more fuel to store. So, what should your eating window look like for intermittent fasting? Personally, I think the only way to do it is 1 to 3 hours. Like a 1 hour window to a 3 hour window. Between that, anything shorter, it's like, is your body really getting into ketosis? Maybe, but if it's getting into ketosis, it's not lasting very long. Your body isn't breaking down much body fat for energy. Also, doing fasted cardio is absolutely brilliant because if you're expending more energy purposefully when you're already in this ketosis state, then your body is going to be breaking down more fat because you're exerting more energy. It's just logic. You're going to burn more calories while you're doing cardio than when you're not. So, a 1 hour eating window, otherwise known as OMAD, 1 meal a day, will be extremely difficult for someone who's never fasted before. You'll start getting hungry around lunchtime, you'll break, you'll eat. It's a waste of time. So I think someone should start out with a 3, maybe 4 hour eating window at a push. And this should be around 4 to 6 o'clock in the evening, because that means you can go from 6 o'clock onwards and you have 8 hours of fasting while you're asleep, which is just easiest time. And then you only have to wait until 6 o'clock in the afternoon the next day to eat again. If you're doing a 4 hour window, then you only have to wait until 2 o'clock the next day, which isn't that bad. That's just after lunchtime, And it means you can squeeze in a workout at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You can eat after that to maximize muscle protein synthesis so you can build muscle. Protein shakes are absolutely key in this time because most people cannot be squeezing all of their protein in. They'll get full. So as soon as your fasting window is over, I recommend breaking a fast with a protein shake. It's absolutely brilliant way to break it because your body is super absorbent of all the nutrients when you break a fast. Your body is literally thinks it's in starvation mode, so it doesn't know when it's going to get food again when you feed it. So when you feed it, it's going to be hyper absorbent of all the nutrients you give it. It's going to be like super. Basically, you can utilize the protein better when you're fasted. So if you do have a 4 hour eating window, let's just go off the basis of that, because that's what most of you will be starting off on. And then you can make it shorter and shorter. So it'll be a 24 split. So you don't eat for 20 hours, you eat for 4. To break your fast, you want to be drinking a protein shake. And then you want to be eating a light meal with full of protein. Then you want to be going to the gym. So you really want to be timing this around when you're going to the gym. You want to have a protein packed, low kind of carb meal. Maybe a few complex carbs, brown rice, brown pasta, brown bread, all of that. And then you go to the gym, wherever you do your workout. It takes you an hour and a half. Then as soon as you're done with your workout, within half an hour, drink another protein shake. Then you want to have your post-workout evening kind of meal, which is where you want to put your bulk of your calories. You want to put the bulk of your calories at the end. Hopefully it's not too close to before bed, like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, because that's stupid. Going to bed, eating before bed is dumb. So, and again, protein packed again, and you need to be having a lot of calories in this meal. This meal ideally needs to have about 1,500 calories. And I know that's going to be quite a bit to squeeze in, but it's not too hard. You want to be training 5 to 6 times a week on this plan, just to maximize fat loss and muscle gain. You want to be hitting, I know you don't want to hear it, but you want to be hitting cardio. So just a 5-10 minute warm up, a jog on the treadmill. Try and hit 50 calories as quick as you can. That's normally what I do. My warm up on the treadmill is just, running, try and get to 50 calories. Bosh, easy. And then just to cool down again at the end, just burn another 50 calories, a nice slow walk before you go out the gym. Easy. While you're training, you want to be trying to aim for the 10 to 12 rep range. You don't want to be going over this by too much, and you definitely don't want to be going under this by too much. And that's because if you put too much strain on your muscles, you try and break them down way too much. You're not giving your body that much time, for muscle protein synthesis to occur, for it to basically rebuild. You're only giving it 1 or 2 instances where you're intaking protein for it to absorb all of that and use it to rebuild your muscles. So this isn't the best diet for building muscle, but for losing fat, it is perfect, because you're literally starving your body throughout the day, every day. It is brilliant. But you will also build muscle as long as your meals are protein packed. There is an exception to this, and that is calves and forearms. There's a few others that I maybe don't train as much that you might know more about. And that'll be the exercises that you regularly do 25 to 40 reps on. So, you're going to be having really high intensity, a lot of reps, quite low weight on. Like behind the back wrist curls, I normally do between 25 and 35 of those. So those are the types of exercises you want to be doing a lot more reps on, regardless of whether you're on this plan or not. But if you're losing fat and building muscle, you want to be doing it right. And you might not be getting enough protein in, which is going to be killing your gains, because most people don't actually know how much they need. So I've just made a video on how much protein you actually do need, and it'll probably shock you the amount that you actually need. So go watch that right now. Hit subscribe. Have a hard day and a great week. Mwah.